Hi class, we're going to be doing a little quiz on epithelial tissue. Most, if not all, of these slides are from the classroom that students sent in. So let's get started. Have a pad out, a pencil, write the name down of the epithelial tissue so you can practice your spelling. Say it out loud as you're writing it down. And let's get started with our first slide. So this guy, oops, let me pull this out. So we have the pointer in the lumen, the pointers in the lumen. What is the name of this epithelial tissue facing the lumen? This is number 1. And I'm writing it down too, as you do, to see how long you should have. If you need longer, just pause the video. So that was number 1. Number 2 is going to be this guy. Actually, for this one, don't look at the pointer. The pointer obviously is not in the lumen. What I want you to write down for this guy, I will tell you, this is from the top layer of the skin. The pointer is in a layer of the skin. Remember your layers of the skin from bottom to top? The pointer is in what layer of the top region of the skin? So what is that layer called? This is number 2. So number 2. This is going to be number 3. Again, pointer is in the lumen. Look at those top layers if you can see them here. This is the epithelium. So what is the name of this epithelium? This is number 3 facing the lumen. Make sure you tell me the word that comes after it. You'll know what I mean if you're writing this down. So that was number 3. This is going to be number 4. Again, the pointer is not in the lumen, but for this slide, what I want you to tell me, this area from here to here is what kind of epithelial tissue. From here to here, here's going to be the lumen peeking up here. What type of epithelial tissue is this? This is number 4. So that was number 4. Number 5. Pointer again in the lumen. Let me bring this up a little bit so if you can see. Pointer in the lumen, easy to see with this guy. What type of epithelial tissue is this? This is number 5. Here's another skin slide. So for this one, what I would like you to do, do not look at the pointer here, but this is the top layer of skin from here to here. I already asked you what type of epithelial tissue this is, correct? You would say this is what region of the skin? What would you call this whole region of the skin where you have this epithelial tissue? So this is number 6. The regional name of this epithelial tissue when we're talking about skin is called what? So that's number 6. And remember, you're going to be repeating a lot of these. These are the same slides, different pictures, different views, but you're going to be repeating the name of the epithelial tissue just to get you in the habit of seeing it over and over again. Pointer in the lumen. This is number 7. What is the name of this epithelial tissue? Again, what's the name of this epithelial tissue? And for a second part of this one, tell me where you would find this type of epithelial tissue in the body. So the second part of number 7. Where would you find this type of epithelial tissue in your body? You can just give me a general place, general theme of where you would find it. So that was number 7. Looking at this epithelial tissue, so with this epithelial tissue that you see in through here, these are all lumens, and we're talking about, this area in through here. What is the name of this epithelial tissue that you see throughout here? See it here, here you see it going all the way around. What is the name of this epithelial tissue? This is number 8. Pointer again in the lumen. What is this epithelial tissue that is facing the lumen? So this is number 9. Let me go a little bit higher. Pointer again in the lumen here. This one's real easy to see. What is the name of this epithelial tissue that is facing the lumen? This is number 10. Write the whole thing out. That was number 10. This kind of looks like one we just saw, but for this slide, I want you to tell me the names of these white cells that are scattered throughout this epithelial tissue. So what are the names of these white things that are scattered throughout this epithelial tissue? So that's number 11. And what do those cells make? What are they making? So that was number 11. Here's number 12. The pointer is in the lumen. So pointer in the lumen. What type of epithelial tissue is facing the lumen in this slide. That was number 12. For this guy, let's see, make this a little bit bigger. The pointer is in the lumen. Here is the epithelial tissue making a ring around it. What is the name of this epithelial tissue right here? See this epithelial tissue? That is facing the lumen where the pointer is in. So this is number 13. What type of epithelial tissue is that? Now, this is basically the same, it's from the same organ as the last one, and the pointer is basically in the same place, but for this one, number 14, I want you to tell me what organ this is from. What organ is this from? Nothing else looks like this that has these globs here with this epithelial tissue. What organ is this slide from? Number 14. And if you can, on number 14, tell me the function of this epithelial tissue in this organ. What is the function of this epithelial tissue in this organ? So that was number 14. Number 15. Pointer in the lumen. What I want you to tell me in this slide is the name of the not the name of the epithelial tissue, but the name of the organ this slide comes from. Name the organ. Nothing else looks like this. And the function in this organ of this epithelial tissue where the pointer is in the lumen. What is the function in this organ of this epithelial tissue? What is the function? So this is still part of 15. The function in this organ is that was number 15. Oops. Get this guy. This is a flat mount of this epithelial tissue, meaning there's a whole, what's the word? I can't think of the word. This is a flat mount of this epithelial tissue. They are taking it and placing it on top of the slide, so you are looking down on the tissue. So here's the outline of the cells here. Tell me the name, the type of epithelial tissue this is. The type, this is number 16, the type of epithelial tissue. This is a flat mount of a sheet. That was the word I was looking for, a sheet of epithelial tissue. So you are looking down on this epithelial tissue sheet. What type of epithelial tissue is this? So that was number 17. So that was number 16. This is number 17. So on this one, I want you to tell me not the name of the epithelial tissue, but see this apical modification that's on top of this epithelial tissue. The pointer's kind of pointing right at it. See this right on top here? What is that apical modification that's on top of this epithelial tissue called? So that was number 17. The apical modification found on top of this epithelial tissue. Pointer in the lumen. Pointer in the lumen. What type of epithelial tissue do you see facing the lumen? This is number 18. This is number 19. Name the epithelial tissue that is facing the lumen here. The pointer's in the lumen. Now remember, you're going to be repeating a lot of the answers, so just write down what you think this is. Some slides are better than others, but here you can figure it out from right here. This is the epithelial tissue right here that I'm talking about. Pretty easy to figure it out from here. What is this? That's number 19. Number 20. Pointer in the lumen. What type of epithelial tissue is this? And for this one, also write down where could you find this epithelial tissue in your body? Where could you find this epithelial tissue? So that was number 20. Here is number 21. Pointer in the lumen. What epithelial tissue is facing the lumen? That was number 21. Number 22, easy weasy. Pointer in the lumen. What type of epithelial tissue is facing the lumen? This is number 22. Make sure you're writing these down. That was 22. 23, this is a close-up. The pointer's in the lumen here. I am not going to be asking you the name for this epithelial tissue, though it's real easy to tell. What I want you to tell me is, see this fuzzy border here? You can kind of see a line here. This is a fuzzy border. What do we call this apical surface modification right here? What is it called? That's number 23. And what is the function of this apical surface modification? So that's number 23. Here, this is going to be number 24. The pointer here is at a white cell in this tissue. So what is that cell called again? And in this type of tissue that you see here, this type of epithelium right here, and you can kind of get a hint, there's something over here too, a connective tissue. What is the function of what these white cells are making? What is this function in this kind of tissue? In this slide, you can kind of figure it out. It's where you are. So that was number 24. Here's another one. Hopefully you're crying uncle by now with some of these. You're going, I get it. Number 25. What is the name of the epithelial tissue facing the lumen, where the pointer is? That was number 25. 26. I think you've seen this a few times too, but just doesn't hurt to reinforce. Just another view. So number 26, what organ is this from? And what kind of epithelial tissue is facing the lumen where the pointer is? Real easy to tell. I mean, you see them all over the place. It doesn't really have to be on high for you to figure it out. So what organ and what kind of epithelial tissue is all throughout here? What kind of epithelial tissue is all throughout here? Not exactly where this is pointing, but all this in through here. So that was number 26. Now on this one, now another flat mount. Now I want you to name the specific name, not the type of epithelial tissue, you've already done that, but its specific name of this type of epithelial tissue. Its specific name, so write that down. And where do you find this specific type of epithelial tissue? So that was number 27. 28. I don't know what else to ask you on this one, but just for practice, The pointer is pointing at what type of epithelial tissue? Just practice its name again. Starting to cry uncle on this one too, right? So that is number 28. Here comes another. I got this down, Dr. Sweet. I figured this out. This is 29. Name this type of epithelial tissue. Once you've seen them a few times, you have got them. That's 29. What is the epithelial tissue facing the pointer? Now on this slide, the pointer's in the lumen. You should kind of know where you are. I want you to tell me, you see this dark pigment down here? Number one, I want you to tell me the name of this bottom layer. You should know where you are here. What is the name of this bottom layer? This is 31, the name of the bottom layer. And what cell that lives down in this bottom layer, what cell is making this brown pigment? What cell that lives down here is making that brown pigment? So that's the second part of number 31. And our last slide, this one does not want to come out. Our last slide here, this is going to be number 32. I just want you to tell me the name. You should know where you are. The name of this darkly stained area right in through here. What layer is this where you have this darkly stained area? Here's going to be the lumen up here. So you know this is your epithelial tissue. You should know where you are. You should know exactly what organ you're in. But what is the specific name for this darkly stained area? So that's number 32. Okay, so let's go back through these slides. I'm just going to go and give you the answers real quick. Number one is transitional epithelium. Transitional epithelium. Number two, oops, come on. Number two, obviously this is the skin. This is skin. We are in the epidermis of the skin. This is stratified squamous, but the question was what layer were we in? This is stratum spinosum. Spinosum, this huge layer where the daughter cells are of the keratinocytes. So stratum spinosum was the answer for number two. What type of epithelium is this? This is going to be, obviously it's stratified squamous. The top layers are flat, non-keratinized. They are still alive at the top. You can still see nuclei up here. So this is stratified squamous, non-keratinized. Non-keratinized. Make sure you know what keratinized and non-keratinized means. So this question, we were not looking at where the pointer is. This is number 4. I was asking you what type of epithelium this was from here to here. Here's the lumen. This is stratified squamous keratinized. Yes, stratified squamous keratinized. That was the answer for number 4. Number 5. This once again is transitional. Transitional, look at those apical cells, those balloon type cells. This is transitional. Does not look like stratified squamous, non-keratinized. Transitional. So that was number 5. Number 6. On this one, I asked you, here is the epithelium from here to here. This is in the skin. What layer of the skin is this? This is the epidermis. Epidermis. Below the epidermis is going to be the dermis. But the epidermis of the skin is stratified squamous keratinized, right? But the answer for this for number 6 was this is the epidermis. From here to here is the epidermis. When you hear the word epidermis, you should automatically think stratified squamous keratinized. That is the epidermis. Number 7. We are now in number 7. This is stratified squamous non-keratinized. These cells are alive. Remember, keratinized, they are dead. Here they are alive. Where do you find them? You find them in areas of wear and tear where you need lots of protection. This slide most likely is either from the esophagus or the vagina. Areas of wear and tear where you need a thick layer of protection. Stratified squamous, always, and stratified squamous is either going to be keratinized or non-keratinized. You will get it wrong if you just put stratified squamous. I have to know if it's keratinized or non-keratinized. This one, number 8, this is simple squamous. All this is simple squamous in through here. The answer was simple squamous. Obviously, this is from the lung, but the answer for number 8 was simple squamous. Number 9, this is simple, come on, Paul. This is simple columnar. Here's the basement membrane down here, elongated nuclei. This is simple columnar. That was number 9. Number 10. This type of epithelium is pseudostratified. Pseudostratified. It looks stratified, yes. Pseudo means fake. Pseudostratified ciliated. You can see the cilia. Columnar. These are columnar cells. Epithelium. So number 10, pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Number 11, the name of these white cells. These are goblet cells. What do they make? They make mucus. And depending on where they're located, the mucus has different functions. But this is goblet cells, these white guys, making mucus. That's what they make. Number 12, come back. Number 12, easy weasy here. Beautiful slide. The pointer is in the lumen, and this is simple cuboidal. On this guy, number 13, the pointer is in the lumen. This is simple squamous going all the way around here. See the flattened nuclei here? One layer thick, simple squamous. That was 13. Number 14, similar slide, taken from the same organ. So the question for this guy was, what organ do you find this in? You find this in the kidney. Nothing else looks like this. We haven't gone over what this is yet, but these blobs with this little ring around them, these are only found in the kidney. Their function of this simple squamous right here that we just saw on the other slide, their function is to filter. We are filtering blood and we are going to be making urine. So the function, the organ is simple squamous. Its function here, the simple squamous, and this organ is filtration. We are filtering blood to make urine. So that was number 14. Number 15. The question here was, what organ was this from? This is from the lung. Nothing else looks like it. The function of this simple squamous in the lung is diffusion. Diffusion of what? Diffusion of gases, CO2 and O2. Simple squamous, just one layer thick. Easy to have diffusion if it's only one layer thick. In the lung, diffusion of gases. So that was number 15. Number 16, flat mount. You can see the individual cell outline here. This is a flat mount. This is simple squamous. I asked you the type of epithelial tissue. It's simple squamous. I did not ask you its specific name. This is a flat mount of simple squamous. That was number 16. This is number 17. This apical surface modification that the pointer is on. You can see this is cilia. Cilia. They kind of stick out. They're fairly easy to see once you get used to seeing them. Does not look like microvilli or a brush border. These are individual little hair structures. Cilia. So that was number 17. Number 18, the type of epithelial tissue. This is simple columnar. It's a beautiful slide. Simple, one layer thick columnar. You have the elongated nuclei, simple columnar. Another slide of simple columnar, number 19. Not quite as beautiful. Here is going to be the basement membrane here. It's still elongated nuclei. This is simple columnar. Here is the basement membrane. Simple columnar. That was number 19. Number 20. Pointer in the lumen. What type of epithelium? You know that's transitional. No doubt about it. Look at those apical cells. Transitional, where do you find it? In the bladder and ureters. U-R-E-T-E-R-S, ureters, the tubes that carry urine into the bladder. Transitional, just it's stratified, yes, but look at those apical cells. These are dome-shaped, weird-looking cells up here. Transitional. So that was number 20. 21. Pointer in the lumen. What do you see? It's stratified. Top layers are smashed, look squashed. Stratified squamous. What's the next word that comes after it? Is it keratinized or non-keratinized? It's non-keratinized. This top layer is still alive. The nuclei are still there. It tells us those cells are still alive. So stratified squamous non-keratinized, that was number 21. 22. Easy wheezy. This is simple cuboidal. Number 23, this apical modification right here, microvilli. What's their function? To increase the surface area, and that's going to allow for more absorption wherever they may be. But they increase the surface area. So here's 24. We've seen this slide multiple times, but what are these white cells here? These are goblet cells. Now this is pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium, so this is going to be in the respiratory tract where we have air goes through. The function of these goblet cells, they make mucus. That mucus is sticky, and if we're inhaling any particles, those particles are going to be sticking to the mucus because we do not want those particles that we breathe in to go in deep into our lungs. We want to trap them. And you can already tell this is hyaline cartilage, right? So this is probably from the trachea here. That was number 24, so number 25. You're crying uncle, I know by now, but what do you see here? This is transitional epithelium. What organ is this from? This is from the lung. What kind of epithelial tissue do you see throughout here? Simple squamous. Now, number 27, we know this is a flat mount. This is simple squamous, but what is the specific name of this type of simple squamous? This is mesothelium. Mesothelium. Where do you find mesothelium? On your serous membranes. Don't forget your serous membranes that line your lungs, your heart, and your abdominal cavity. So this is mesothelium. Where do you find it? In the serous membranes. What do they secrete? Serous fluid. So again, number 28, this one's a really nice picture of pseudo-stratified. It looks stratified, but it's pseudo, it's fake. Ciliated, easy to see the cilia here. Columnar, these are columnar cells. Their nuclei are elongated. Pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelial tissue. Uncle here again. What kind of epithelium? This is transitional. Transitional epithelium lines our bladders and the ureters. This is number 30, stratified squamous, non-keratinized, found areas wear and tear. Now this one I was asking you This, you should look at this, and the pointers in the lumen. This is stratified squamous keratinized, right? So you know you are in the skin. This is the epidermis of the skin. This bottom layer, the bottom layer is the stratum basale. The base layer, stratum basale. What cell that lives down in the stratum basale makes this brown pigment? Those, you can't see them, but you can see their pigment. That is melanocytes. So that was number 31, stratum basale. Those are melanocytes that are making that pigment. And once again, you know you are in the skin here. Here is the epidermis. This is the dermis. This dark area here, it's dark because it has granules of keratin. This is the stratum granulosum. Those granules are keratin that is filling up the cytoplasm. So hopefully you did well. I'm going to try and make one of these for the connective tissue too. So hopefully that helped. Bye!